welcome back. We've got a brand new lad to check out, and he's only 24 hours old, as in he was revealed yesterday. Look, we're either like immediately on it round here, or there's about a day's delay. It's one or the other. There's no in between. It's very rare that it's like, oh, about 12 hours has passed. No, either there's a video the moment something shows up, or I get round to it tomorrow. That's fine. We're all used to it. It's not a problem. Anyway, let's talk about the Khorne Deathbringer. Wait, hang on. Before we talk about the Khorne Deathbringer, immediate tangent. Can we just talk about the name, the Khorne Deathbringer? Is it not the case that, maybe everything that is to do with Khorne brings death? I mean, to be fair, this is not something that is particularly new to the naming schemes of Games Workshop, but I think this is the first one where I've read it and then gone, yeah, it doesn't sound unique, purely because Khorne quite likes skulls and collecting skulls, and generally speaking, unless you are an extremely talented individual, if you are collecting a skull, you're usually bringing death to the person you're collecting the skull from. It takes a real steady hand to extract a skull without killing the person it belongs to, but it's semantics and nonsense, much like Games Workshop's names. Anyway, this is the Khorne Deathbringer. He's not a full lord. He's just a new champion, and for all that his name might be a bit redundant, he does look absolutely fantastic. Like, that is a very, very cool model. I think this is one of the most fun things they've done for Khorne for a while, and you're probably going to sit there and go, well, it's just a lad with an axe and a shield. Why is this fun? For me personally, this feels kind of old school, but I couldn't really tell you why. It's making me think of older Warhammer fantasy models. It's making me think of just old Games Workshop stuff. I don't know whether it's the fact that when it comes to like the helmet and the horns, relatively plain. There's not a huge amount going on there. It's quite a blank helmet, but just the shape of it, the size of it, it feels very menacing. But it's not overdone. It's not covered in symbols. It's not, super Khorne branded necessarily. But it feels very appropriate. It also just, I don't know, it feels a bit old school. The horns I really, really like. The horns look great. A bit angular, but still very clearly organic. That's really cool. Quite simple in terms of armour, clothes overall, really. You've got a big Khorne symbol in the chest, yes. But those shoulder pads, those pauldrons, they're pretty simple. They're kind of standard. Just studded metal. A little bit of decoration at the very top, but they're not absolutely rammed, and they're also not like covering much of the upper arm either. There's a lot to like here. It is simple, but I think the fact that it's so simple makes it super, super effective. The shield is very fun. The fact it ends in 2 points. Is it points or is it actual blades? It's kind of hard to tell. Either way, nice and brutal. You've got a bit of branding in there as well. Obviously, got to have the Khorne symbol on the shield. We can't complain about that. Same with the axe. The axe, I really like. I really like it. Like that. There's something about it being a relatively short handle. Because let's face it, when it comes to AOS, there can be something of a gigantism about some of the weapons. Like sometimes they kind of go, "This is a one-handed sword," and it's like it is bigger than the person holding it. What are you talking about? But with this, it is chunky, but it also just feels the right size for the model. And the fact that it's got, what's the name of it? I mean, it's the edge of the axe, but I think there's a specific name for like how far down it goes. Is there? Maybe I'm making that up. I don't know. But how far down the edge of the axe, the cutting side of it goes, like down the haft, it just looks very threatening. It looks quite cool. The greaves look great. He's got a nice big chunky belt, which also offers quite a bit of protection around the midriff. I know he's got quite a bit of exposed like muscle and stuff, but he actually doesn't look completely unarmoured on the upper half. It just feels right for how big the model is. Got a nice mixture of materials as well. Like, I like the fact you've got the cloth behind the axe. You're definitely going to want to do this in sub-assemblies, aren't you? You won't be able to do anything with that cloth if you put the model together first. You won't be able to reach any of it for a start. I don't know. This is hitting a spot, and I'm not entirely sure what that spot is, but it's good. It's real good. I really like this. His axe is the Kingslayer axe, by the way, as you might have noticed. Excellent name. I'll give him that. That's hardcore. That's badass. I like that. The alternate angles are really fun as well. Like, there's a mix of different cloaks you can give him, which is excellent. So you can have a cloak with a few skulls, or you can have one with more skulls. You could do character progression on this lad. Like, you put this guy in your army, by the look of things, I think the shoulders are the same each time. It's just the cloak that's different. Oh, I wonder if there's a way where you could start out with the longer cloak with fewer skulls, and then as he performs in battle and hopefully, you know, murders a bunch of lads, you could swap out the long cloak with a few skulls for the short cloak with a lot of skulls. I mean, that would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. Mind you, it could be that actually the capes just go under the shoulders. No, that's not the case, is it? Because it looks like the skulls, especially on the first version there, it looks like they're partially moulded into it. So no, that wouldn't work. I was just wondering if the two capes were separate and the two trophy racks were separate, because that would be very cool, but I don't think that's the case. It is quite funny that the main point of customization for this guy, the pieces that are the most like, this is what you can change out. Head, the same. Axe, the same. Shield, the same. The thing that makes the difference, it's gonna be the back. You're gonna have to turn him round to see what type of customization that you've gone for, which I don't know why, but that feels like a weird choice. But at the same time, it's also very thematic for the character, so it's not a bad thing. This is a solid model. I really, really like this. This is great. It's probably harking back to a specific style that I just can't remember the name of, or like one of the artists that Games Workshop has had in the past, that is just like, it's activating that neuron, but I just can't think of what, other than it feels not dated. Dated is the wrong word, because it's not dated. It just feels a bit more old school, a bit more old Games Workshop than new Games Workshop, despite having all of the crispness and cleanness that we like from modern sculpts. Now, funnily enough, this is your new unit for the new battle time. As is tradition, you get a model, you get a book. That's your lot, which most armies tend to have to deal with, but if you were hoping for more, I'm afraid that's not what you get in Blades of Khorne fans. Hilariously, there's also a new spearhead called Fangs of the Blood God, and it's basically just dogs and guys who like dogs. This is one of the weirder ones that they've put together, I'm not going to lie. It's pretty funny, but it's also like, it's just the Fleshhounds, Karanak, and the Claws of Karanak, who are a group who emulate Fleshhounds and Karanak. Like, it's kind of entertaining, and I wouldn't mind picking it up, but it's not going to be absolutely round with, like, you know, 4D chess play, or, you know, what you see is what you get. You get a bunch of fast guys, and there you go. Although, it is Khorne. It is Khorne, so no matter what you do with the spearhead, it's mostly going to be people running in and chopping stuff up. It's just in this specific instance, there is a fairly even split, actually no, an uneven split, towards biting things up versus chopping things up. So in that way, I guess it is bucking the trend a little bit, but what a weird box. It could be really fun, I don't know. I mean, the only way to find out is to wait for the spearhead rules to drop for this lot and give it a go. When I say it feels silly, I don't mean that in an insulting way, I mean that in a I would quite like to try this playstyle out way, you know? Sometimes you just need a bunch of dogs, and guys who also want to be dogs. As sayings go, I think that's going to catch on, but you know what, we'll run with it. Funnily enough, there's no release date on that just yet, but I'm sure we'll find out sooner rather than later. But we're going to finish on the Deathbringer, because look at him. I'm curious, okay? I want to know what you think of that guy, because I really, really like that, and I want to know if it's bringing anything specific to mind for you. Like, what is the style? If there's a specific individual style of, you know, former sculptors or whatever that you're, like, looking at that and thinking, oh, that reminds me of that person, then let me know in the comments down below, because I want to know what's firing off. I want to know why it's just hitting me as being a little bit different. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Feel free to click all the things. Let me know what you think of that lad in the comments down below. And I will see you for the next one.